Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the PixelPlay podcast side quest episode. This is your little extra dose of PixelPlay podcast. If you're missing us and you're just jonesing for a little bit more going into the weekend, we got you covered. We post this every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we also have a regular show on Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check us out there if you haven't checked out this week. This one was a fun one with us talking about our guesses and picks and results for the Game Awards. With us talking about the Game Awards, I thought we'd do a Game Awards Game of the Year showdown. So how we're going to be doing this one is I'm going to be coming to the group with every year of the Game Awards, and we're going to be talking about the one that won, and we're going to put it face to face with its following year. 2 may enter, only 1 leaves. We're going to be doing best 2 out of 3. There is an odd number of us, so I'll throw it to the group. We'll pick, and then whatever one gets the most votes moves on. The other one, forgotten to oblivion and never spoken of again. Gentlemen, are you guys ready to get started?
No.
Never been more ready.
Fantastic. All right. So, surprisingly, the Game Awards have only been going on since 2014 because before that they were the Spike TV Game Awards, and we're not doing those because 1, the Wikipedia article is a complete mess, and 2, it's very questionable with like Madden NFL 2004 winning, so we're not going down that dark path.
Why wouldn't? But that's clearly the best game.
2004 was a dark year.
I mean, to be fair, it was probably actually decent back then because that's when EA actually sort of tried, but...
Maybe. All right, so we're going to kick things off first with Dragon Age Inquisition in 2014 versus Witcher 3 Wild Hunt in 2015.
Never. I was going to say, Inquisition's interesting. And then you said Witcher, and I went, well, never mind.
Right. Witcher takes it, right?
Yeah.
It has to.
Okay.
It has to. It's just a much better Dragon Age Inquisition.
2015's Witcher 3 Wild Hunt versus 2016's. Can you guys guess what it is? See if you guys can guess.
2016?
It's a multiplayer game.
Multiplayer game. If this is Fortnite, I'm going to be very upset. How old is Fortnite?
I honestly couldn't even hazard a guess on that one.
So 2015's Witcher versus 2016's Overwatch.
Oh, well, Witcher 3.
Yeah, Witcher 3, I
Witcher
think.
3, okay.
Overwatch won Game of the Year. I mean, congrats to Blizzard for, a time where they actually, didn't fuck up all their properties, but...
So in 2016, Overwatch was going against Doom, Inside, Titanfall 2, which I think probably in retrospect probably would have been the one that should have gotten it, and Uncharted 4's A Thief's End.
It beat Uncharted 4?
Overwatch beat Uncharted 4 is honestly surprising to me, but...
That's a weird year.
Okay, so we got 2015's Witcher 3 Wild Hunt versus 2017's Game of the Year. Can you guess what it is?
What's the type of game?
It's a action adventure, apparently.
2017.
No, it's technically an RPG, I think. I forget.
Is it Horizon? Did that come out that year?
Is it Breath of the Wild?
No. It is Breath of the Wild.
Oh, God, how did I not think of Breath of the Wild?
Well, I'm still on Witcher 3 personally.
Oh, yeah, but I'm kind of torn on this one. Like, if I had to pick, and this is based on what we think is the better game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to give it
hate
to Witcher
Breath of
3.
the Wild, so screw it. It's
Witcher 3 as well. Witcher 3 has a far better story.
Sorry, Zelda fans, but
Breath of the Wild
it's a little more divisive on that one.
Breath of the Wild is very overrated. Okay, 2018's Game of the Year. Can you guys guess what it is? We're getting We're getting to some recency.
What's the genre on that one?
What? I'd say
God
it's
of War.
action adventure.
2018. Yeah, that sounds like God of War.
Yeah, so it is God of War. So 2018's God of War versus Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Ooh, this is getting tougher.
This is tough.
That is tough. It's like God of War I'd play again sooner.
Because Witcher, and it's funny because for me they're both games that I didn't like their originals, and I fucking loved this specific follow up. Damn.
See, I feel like I like Witcher 3 for what it does. It's very much feels like a role playing game where you're doing even the side quests felt like main quests. I still remember there's obviously the one where the king, which is pretty much renowned, but you've got ones where you're you have one where this woman wants to this ghost wants to reunite with her former husband or whatever, and you're oh, I'm gonna reunite these two cute lovebirds or whatever, and you bring him ashore and she kills him, and you're like, oh damn, like it really made me question like what I'm doing in this game. But God of War just hits so differently. Like
It did.
the just like I don't know. I've always talked about the importance to me of God of War as a dad, and like because that came out right around the time that I was expecting my kid, and like it just hit so differently. So
It's so close. I'm going Witcher.
Yeah, I'm going Witcher 2 because also Geralt's kind of like a dad.
yeah,
No, just because if I had to go and play one right now, I think I'd go Witcher 3 first.
Look, if I'm picking between the kids, I'm picking Ciri over Atreus at this point in the story.
See, I want to give it to God of War, but I think Witcher beats it out ever so slightly.
It's so close. Though.
Yeah, it's so close. That's the closest one so far for sure.
And all the Nintendo fans are like, "Fuck all of you."
Get a better game. Like Breath of the Wild isn't even the best Zelda game. Suck it up. 2019. Can you guys guess what it is?
See, time is such a weird thing with me now that every game feels simultaneously 1 and 5 years old.
Yeah.
It's an
That's
EA
like
game.
right before the pandemic. EA
published it.
Published it.
Was it? No, it wasn't Fallen Order, was it?
Nope.
Oh, that would have been. I would have been like, oh, okay, that
would have
makes
won a
sense.
Game of the Year in the last 5 years. I'm gonna feel stupid when you say what game. What genre is it?
It is I'd say it's like an action adventure game, or an action game.
Why am I blanking? This is gonna.
It's like it's a linear game.
Oh, is it? No.
What were you gonna say?
Odyssey?
Nope.
No, I don't know what year that came out. Because Valhalla was 2020.
So this one was.
Oh, you said EA,
FromSoft's-
not Ubisoft. Ugh, I'm dumb.
FromSoft game published by EA. Was it EA? I said EA, right?
Yeah, you said EA.
I'm so sorry. It's Activision. I'm sorry. I'm dumb. FromSoft game published by Activision.
Oh, so 2019. So that would be Bloodborne.
Dark Souls of a sort.
No, Sekiro.
Sekiro.
I forgot the Sekiro won Game of the Year.
Yeah,
I also forgot because I was like, what? And then walked away.
Well, the fact that we all
Sekiro-
had no clue what it was for the longest time, I think tells us that we're all voting Witcher 3.
Sekiro was beat out Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and The Outer Worlds.
Wow. I don't know
That's
if I
a
would have
weird year
given
when The Outer Worlds got a nomination, because The Outer Worlds is fine, but it's not that great.
Yeah. Do we is anyone going to bat for Sekiro?
No.
I'm now getting to a point that I'm wondering what beats Witcher 3. I don't know if we do have anything that beats it now. Because now we're getting into the pandemic years.
Yeah, 2020.
Miles Morales? No, I don't think that would have been a big enough game to.
I'll give you a hint. Ironically, it's about a pandemic.
Oh, so it's The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
Oh, is that when that came out?
2020.
God,
yeah.
Wow.
In hindsight, not a really good look.
Yeah.
Well, you know my
They knew
vote.
something. Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm
It's
still going Witcher.
3.
See, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not going to bat for The Last of Us. Last of Us is beaten out by Witcher 3, but Last of Us does some cool things. Like graphically, that game looks amazing. I love what they've done with the gameplay of that game. I even like that they've built it so that like NPCs have like names where you kill someone and like, oh no, it's Doug. He's gone. Like he owes me $20. Like I thought that was really cool. I even like the story. I know there's like a bunch of hate for the story of Last of Us, but I like the story of The Last of Us. The only problem I have with this game is one, I kind of like the hero's journey more in Last of Us Part 1 versus Part 2, but I hate the structure. I hate the way that they convey that story. I have no problems with the story and what they go for. I just hate the structure that they do in that game. I hate it, and I think that ruins what is a really good game.
I still haven't played it yet.
I can say for certain.
You never played Last of Us Part 2?
Getting to Thrones, so
I only played Part 1 last year when the remake came out.
Go play Part 2.
Okay, I'll try.
Add it to the backlog that you're never getting to. Play it after Cyberpunk.
he's got 9 Trails games to play first.
And I've got Super Mario RPG that comes out on Friday. You guys think I'm doing fuck all besides that?
You mean
Come on.
today?
I mean today. Today it's out.
Out
Why am
now.
I here right now? I have to go.
2021, we have a somewhat indie game, multiplayer.
Oh, I actually know this one. It Takes Two.
What is it? It is Takes Two. It Takes Two versus Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Yeah, it's Witcher.
Yeah, I don't think that
It Takes Two is an incredibly very well put
Yeah.
together game, but just no chance.
Okay. And then do you guys remember what last year's game of the year was?
Elden Ring.
It was Elden Ring.
Oh, Elden Ring.
And again, it's
I mean,
Which one
Witcher
to go
3.
here?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Witcher 3. I'm gonna be biased there.
That's honestly impressive that it made it basically the entire way through, but then when I looked through the list of what we had there, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not that surprised actually, given what its competition was.
Yeah. I liked Elden Ring. I thought it was really good. At the end, there's like you get to a certain part in the world and it just becomes stupid. It becomes absolutely bullshit. And I just kind of lost interest and kind of said, no, I'm done putting up with this, and I quit. So I enjoyed it for the first 40 some odd hours I played. It's that last Act 3 that I was kind of like, no, I'm done.
No,
with
actually
this.
curious. I'm looking at all the Game of the Year nominees for each year and seeing what I would have actually had beating it. And I'm wondering if there even is anything that I would put above it.
I would put Deathloop above It Takes Two. I think Deathloop is really cool with what it does.
Over It Takes Two, yeah, I would actually agree with that.
Yeah.
Out of all the games that got nominations, I think honestly, if we're talking like me personally, if I'm not talking like my voting bias, I'm talking literally me personally, it's literally just the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Nothing else beats Witcher 3 to me.
Damn.
If I go through the list, like there's nothing in the year before, there's nothing in the same year. After that, Persona 5 is really good, but it doesn't beat Witcher 3. The first Spider-Man was really good. That doesn't beat it. I really like Control, but that doesn't beat it. Deathloop, yeah, like you said, very good game. That still doesn't do it. Forbidden West was great for about halfway through, and then it started losing its edge. And then this year, yeah, like Spider-Man 2 is one of my favorite superhero games ever, and it still doesn't. Like, if Witcher is at the 10 level as being considered like the best, Spider-Man's at around like what I would say to be like a 9.8. And like Final Fantasy VII Remake is the only other thing that I would put in that 10. So yeah, like out of everything that the Game Awards is nominated, I would say, yeah, like there's one thing I would put next to it and say I could probably decide differently.
What did Final Fantasy VII Remake lose to?
So the same year it was The Last of Us Part 2, and then the other nominees were Animal Crossing, Doom Eternal, Ghost of Tsushima, and Hades. So yeah, it basically lost The Last of Us Part 2, which is literally every reviewer's wet dream for like however long it was out for that year.
Maybe Square Enix should make a finished game instead of just 1/3 and call it a wrap.
I'm sorry, but if they make one half or 1/3 of a really amazing game, I'm in.
If we take hours played, Animal Crossing would have won. So,
so just for some fun stats that I got here from Wikipedia, the number one developer, the developer that has the most nominations.
Can we guess? Because I'm curious.
Yeah, who do you think has the most nominations?
I didn't actually scroll much further
What
down,
developer do you think has the most nominations?
My assumption would be Sony Interactive.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, I'm going to give you a heads up. Sony Interactive is not a publisher. Sony Interactive is a publisher, not a developer.
Is Nintendo
a developer?
you're
doing developer or publisher?
Doing developer first. And
sorry, I misheard you. I would assume From Software then.
Okay. Chris,
Nintendo count?
Nintendo counts as an option.
Oh, never mind. Then Nintendo would be the immediate first.
Yeah, so Nintendo is number 1 with 6 nominations, and then Adam, you were right with From Software being second at number 4. Which developer do you think has the most wins?
That would be From Software, I think.
It's not Nintendo because we just went through that list and I don't remember. Yeah. That's crazy.
Sekiro and Elden Ring. I think is there a third one that I'm missing?
Nope. From Software is the only one that has
just the only one that's done 2. That's impressive.
They've only had 2. No one else has done 2. So,
and to be completely honest, like Again, I don't think Sekiro actually is one that should have, but also looking at like Control of Resident Evil. Yeah, actually, never mind. There wasn't really like a runaway outside of that one, so you could have given it to like 3 other games that year.
Okay. And then who do you think is the number 1 publisher?
That's where it gets interesting in terms of nominations, right?
We'll do nominations first and then do wins.
Now it's basically either Nintendo or Sony Interactive.
I'm going Nintendo. I think Nintendo.
Okay. And then
I'm actually gonna go Sony, but I think it's like neck and neck.
It is Sony. So Sony is up by 2.
Wow.
Can you guys guess who's number 3? And there's 2 options for this.
3? My gut instinct says Activision Blizzard.
That's a good one. God, it better not be EA.
I don't think EA would be even close.
I don't know. I'm throwing EA in there. I don't know why.
It's a tie. 2 of them have 4 nominations, and that's Bethesda Softworks.
Oh, why didn't I think?
And that's Capcom.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Capcom. That makes sense. Bethesda, meaning Xbox is in the running.
Yeah.
Look, they did it.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Xbox Game Studios is going to get a few more votes now because Bethesda counts.
Now, here's the question for you: which publisher has the most amount of wins?
If it's publisher having the most amount of wins, I still think it'd be. Well, wait, no. Ooh, that's tougher.
I almost want to say Nintendo again, but like maybe just throw something at Capcom. No.
Okay, let me ask: is there a publisher that actually has more than one?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, which publisher has the most? Wins?
I'm going Sony.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go Sony.
So Sony is one of the. Sony is one of
his Last
2.
of Us and God of War.
Sony is one of 2 publishers that have won 2 Game of the Year awards. The other one who has a better track record per win. So Sony has had 12 nominations and 2 wins. This other studio has had 3 nominations and 2 wins. That publisher, Electronic Arts.
No, it was EA.
So Sekiro helped with one of them.
No, because Sekiro.
Oh, sorry, no, that was Activision because you got it wrong the first time.
So the 2 that you have
nominations.
You got Dragon Age in 2014,
right?
Yeah,
and you have It Takes Two.
That's right.
What was the 3rd nomination they have?
Let me check. Bear with me.
Titanfall?
Yeah, I think it was Titanfall.
Because Respawn is under EA.
Yeah, it was Titanfall 2. So EA technically has the best track record in terms of percent wins at 66% Game Award nominations.
This is insane to me. I think that I have to go to bed. This just ruined everything I thought I knew.
It's the darkest timeline.
Oh my gosh.
We'll have to see in a couple weeks which game comes out on top for 2023. See if it can dethrone what is arguably the Game of Year awards for the Game Awards. What a terrible sentence that was. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Congratulations, CD Projekt Red. Feel free to put that on the box art when you re-release that game if you ever do. Yeah. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap up this episode of Pixel Play's Side Quest. If you haven't checked out this week's episode, check it out. It's a good one. We really enjoy it, and we thank you for your time, and hope to see you guys next week. Bye for now.